impossible job, and these guys like just dominated this thing. So keep that in mind, right? We do not want Outland and Northrend to feel broken or phased out of the flow of time and real-time events. But it is a mammoth undertaking. So we will get to it. I know it will probably be frustrating for many of you, especially the role players. Like, what in the world, Blizzard? But we are going to get to it. Please be patient with us.
Yep.
Okay.
Hi, so I was wondering about the Council of Tirisfal, particularly Medan, like what's going on with them, and whether you ever intend to implement them in game, like as important characters, because I think they're a pretty important sort of section of Azeroth.
Maybe Medan will bring Alaria and Turalian back.
In Stromgarde.
In Stromgarde, with Atiyesh. 2 years ago. So yeah, I mean that you know, the idea of birthing a new Council of Tirisfal and like a new Guardian and all that stuff, we had that hook for many years. It was a really broad idea, like wow, this will be a cool, earth-shattering idea. And as we started to build that out for the comic book, you know, it took the shape that it took. But we're still kind of chewing on what is the best way to leverage that content, right? Potentially, Medan is a pretty cool character, but it just hasn't come up yet in terms of post-Cataclysm. We have certainly been discussing a number of possible directions for whatever the next expansion is, but that has not factored in yet, but I'm sure come Monday morning we will be talking about it.
Hi. Will we ever see a redemption or resurrecting of Illidan Stormrage as a character with Malfurion and that whole storyline?
Boy, do I want to do that. I think that'd be badass. I don't think anyone at all has even suggested it or talked about it. Not to my knowledge. But I love that shit. I'm a sucker for a good redemption story, so StarCraft. Except for Arthas, though. You gotta pay, brother. You're going down.
Hi there. In Burning Crusade, Illidan didn't seem very involved in a lot of the quests directly, but in Wrath, you saw Arthas everywhere. How are you approaching Cataclysm with Deathwing?
Little in between both. I think in Wrath we may have kind of cartooned Arthas out to some degree. And we're aware of it, you know, we know this. Him showing up at the right times was awesome and made a powerful statement, but it was excessive at times. So with Deathwing, and he's a different animal, literally, he's a dragon. So it's a little harder to have him show up and not just kill you. So we're a little more careful, though when you do see Deathwing in Cataclysm, he'll kill you. So 99% of the time.
His name ain't Social Wing.
All right, so I'm just wondering if you could give any spoilers or theories about the possible location or even a name of the next Old God for its expansion, and maybe even elaborate a little upon the theory that if all the old gods are kind of dealt with, then Azeroth will kind of be doomed. Because, I mean, so far we've dropped Cthulhu and Yogg-Saron, and we're not really seeing much doomsday effect besides Cataclysm, but that's really with Deathwing.
Or is it? You haven't seen who signs Deathwing's paychecks yet. Let me see if I get that. So there are two questions. One is, will we give you spoilers on the next expansion set? No. No. The second part was, I'm sorry, brother, was the suggestion that as we punk down old gods, is there some greater calamity or price to pay?
Now, I was asking if you had any theory or idea of what a name for next old god would be, and maybe elaborate a little upon, Because, I mean, a while ago you kind of suggested the theory that if the old gods were dealt with, that kind of this doomsday and Azeroth kind of just ceased to be because of some catastrophic event. But so far with 2 down, we're not really seeing much calamity happening.
Have you played any Cataclysm?
You know, like where the world blows up? Because of the old gods?
Yeah, because of the old gods.
Right. So, have we publicly announced the?
I don't. You might, if you're astute enough, see his name or its name uttered in a few places in Cataclysm, but it's out there.
You want to know what it is?
Oh, N'Zoth?
Yes. I was asking your permission.
Oh, I thought you were.
Get in trouble by rolling it
No,
out.
let's roll.
The third old god is N'Zoth. And we've suggested, I think directly, that he was the critter responsible for the spark of the Emerald Nightmare. And he's got all sorts of other weird shit going on, so he's a real problem.
Well, damn, he took my question. But I gotta back up. We've seen over the years a lot of the overarching evils and down, and they've slowly been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Are there plans to take out some of the more benevolent kind of, well, challenges? We've seen 2 of the dragons go down, and we've proven that they're not infallible. Would one day we take down Alexstrasza?
All right, let me answer it this way. She's the aspect of life, man. Come on, can you really punk her down for long? A careful way to answer that question is, over the course of Cataclysm, obviously Deathwing's the bad guy, you know, and in the subsequent patches, similar to how Wrath of the Lich King worked, you know, the final patch is Fall of the Lich King. You know, ultimately when we develop the final combat with Deathwing and put him down, figured there's really good money on the fact that the family is going to have to get involved, right? The aspects, it will be their, let's say, greatest and most terrible hour. They will perform the function for which they were created all those eons ago. So as far as like, you know, who's getting killed or who isn't or whatever, it's probably healthy to let that breathe at this point, but know that we love these characters. We would not arbitrarily off them at all. And again, I'm not suggesting that they're going to die at all. But figure, Deathwing is so gnarly, right? How do you defeat something that is undefeatable, right? Can he be defeated by any martial means? It's a very good question. How will the family and Thrall pull this off? Oh. You know how Thrall's a shaman? Yes, we do. So what aspect is missing from the family? Okay, guys, it's the big black dragon, Earth. Earth would be correct. Notharian's out, right? The family's been broken for eons. Well, all right, not eons, 10,000 years, the family has been broken. And what are the 5 aspects are you missing? You are missing Earth. So I'm just saying, perhaps that's a way our boy Thrall can distinguish himself down the line in helping to bring the family back together for the big win. Just saying.
Thank you very much.